Hey guys, today I'll be going over my new release on the label Gahara. It's sitting at a nice 100,000 streams as of the recording of this video. I want to take you through the production process and go over a few details of submitting to labels of this size. Starting off with submitting to labels, I've been following this label for a while and saw their submission email in their Instagram bio. I submitted my tune with the singer in the title, a very brief background of the song, and just waited. I actually didn't follow up and got a response within the same week. So if labels like your song, you don't have to chase down a response. They'll normally respond if they like it. Okay, getting into the track, here it is. It's a very simple track. I think I produced it in about 4 hours and have since been mixing it and doing finer details after sending it out for feedback. So starting off, I have the chords here, and it is this progression. And it's not a simple 4-chord progression, and also it's like off the beat a bit here. Like instead of being on this bar, it's moved forward. So it's a very interesting timing. I have for the piano is this Labs piano here with some OTT on it to bring out a bit of the high end, and then EQ for any of the low end, which will be taken up by this piano here. And there they sound like this. And then the rest of the breakdown is this verse bass, my claps here, and then a little like percussion loop thing here. Then I have a noise layer to go with the piano. And then some texture with the rain, and then one more ambience here. All together we get this. Okay, for the buildup, I have this reverse synth here, which goes into these two synths here, which play during this buildup, along with my bass going down with this automation here, and then a very simple riser, and then a more tonal riser here. One reverse into a clap fill. Okay, for the drop, I think I could probably render all this out and it would only take up about 10 sims. But everything is very important and I'll go through it right now. The first thing I have is these two drop pads playing just 2 notes. It's the first and the third up an octave. And we get this. And then with our bass, which is sub, with a lot of harmonics, and then a mid bass here. Kind of like a stompy Reese. All together with a kick, we get this. Okay, then I have this vocal to fill out this very simple chop pattern, which is here. And then my accent vocals, which repeat the hook of the track, which is right here. And then this one here. So we wrote the track around these two chops, and that was very easy. And then the second part of the drop, I switch it up with this chop here. The last thing I have is this lead synth just playing one note, and then I have a reverse going into it on a few of the moments of the track. So we get this. Okay, and then I have my drums, which are right here. I didn't want a super insane clap, so it's a very simple mid-range clap. And then this one here from the intro, along with the little percussion thingy from the intro as well. And that's getting sidechained here. And then I have these sharp hats here to fill out the high end of the drums. And then on the second part of the drop, I have my hi-hat here, which is a bit splashy. So we get this. The last part of the drop is this tremolo synth and these two ambiences. Okay, for the vocal, it's pretty simple. I have one main layer, which is mixed louder than her doubles, which are here. And I picked, when I was comping them, I picked the best parts and then dragged them to the main layer. So it's a bunch of different takes from her doubles. Those were in a separate project. And then I did a bit of cutting, like each S. So there's only one S, like right here. For the main vocal by itself, she sounds like this. Put me down, 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 back to where we started. And there's some automation for the delays right there. Without any effects, she sounds like this. Pulling me down, 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 back to where we started. So I'll go over the effects chain right now. Starting off, I have the main layer going through an EQ just to automate the S's, and then a multi-band compressor for de-essing again, along with this compressor just a little bit. Pulling me down, down. It's like 5 dB there, and then I up the gain with wet. And then there were some frequencies I didn't like on 2K, and then the 7K range was for the S's again. And then just a bit of EQ for the low end. Pulling me down, down, down. And then I have Xvox, the classic, more compression, and then reverb and delay. I like this plugin for the reverb duck on it. And then some chorus as well. And then that's going into a multi-band compressor here. Pulling me down, down. Where when all the takes come together, there's some like harsh build-up in this range. And then I have just a compressor to even out all the other takes when they come in. This is like a saturation plugin. And then one more EQ. Okay, then for the doubles and harmonies, I'll go over them briefly. I didn't want as much low end on them, so I did cut out a bit more. Pulling me down, down, down. And then the high end I shelved off with a cut here. There's a bit of distortion on them, and it's kind of the same mixing, just they're quieter. And then I have a harmony engine on everything, which is to make it a lot wider. Pulling me down, down. Alright, and that is how I produced my track on the label Gahara. The vocal and production were very simple, but it all ties together in the end. If you want to see a video on how I deal with labels and what are the best practices to getting on them, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.